Hello, my name is Jen. I am the Unorthodox Healer. I'm based in Scotland, southern Scotland in the United Kingdom. You are very welcome here. This is for anybody who may have Leo somewhere in their chart. You could be a cross watcher. You might have just stumbled upon this on autoplay, but however you've got to me, you're very welcome. I only do gentle tarot. I'm never going to tell you that you're going to open the fridge in the morning and your milk's going to be off, or that you're going to stub your toe when you get out the shower. Did I say that I only take cards that jump out at me? This has been recorded at the new moon in Pisces. If you're feeling like you want to scream, either at yourself or at other people, that's because the new moon's in Pisces. We have got Jupiter, Venus, Mars, and Mercury all playing very significant parts in our energy at the moment. So stuff's changing. The new moon in Pisces, you should check out the new moon reading that I've just done, because this is the last new moon in the astrological year, and it literally means that this is sort of the beginning of the end. If you are getting rid of things that no longer serve you, if you find that you just can't bear being in a situation or with somebody anymore, or in the job that you do, if you do decide to end something, just decide before you do it that you do actually want to obviously do it. But at the same time, you will find that there is a silver lining to whatever you decide. And that has to be a good thing. In fact, it is a good thing. And that's the beauty of there being Jupiter and Venus within sight of the moon as it stands at the moment. So try and hang in there. Don't sort of, do anything too rash. But if you do something, or somebody else does something which has an effect on you, you just go with it, because it is going to work out for the best. So the cards that we have, the underlying energy we have, Leo, is the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is about, is the juice worth the squeeze? Is the hard work that you're putting in coming to fruition? Should you continue to put the work in with whatever this situation is? So the cards we have are the Queen of Wands with the Emperor, the Temperance card with the Queen of Swords, the Seven of Swords with the Seven of Cups. Interesting that we've got two sevens together. The Ace of Pentacles with the Eight of Pentacles. They sound very similar, don't they? I had a reading, I can't remember whose reading it was. It might have been Pisces that had the Ace and the Eight, exactly like that. And then we have the Magician, the Four of Cups, and the last card is the Four of Swords. The major arcanas we have are 4, the Emperor, 14, Temperance, and 1 is the Magician. They're longer lasting, stronger energies, rather than the minor arcana, which are more transient, shorter, less important energies, if you like. So the Queen of Wands with the Emperor. The Queen of Wands is somebody who is lively, exciting, full of life. You can see it, they have this spark in their hand that, they're surrounded by candles. They are the life and soul of your life. They feed your soul. They make you want to get up in the morning. This might be you, Leo. We have the Emperor card as well. The Emperor is somebody who's quite sure of themselves, whether that's correct for them to believe that or not. I almost want to say that they're sort of sat here on, would that be Jupiter or Venus? I think that would be Venus. And Venus is very much Venus is about love. I almost feel like he kind of loves himself a little bit here. He's just looking away. He's not looking up. So, some cards look up. You can see the Magician here is looking down at the Four of Cups. He's not looking to the future either. He's just he just looks a bit disinterested, doesn't he? He's obsessed with his own thoughts. And I almost feel as though the magic here, which is coming from the Queen of Wands hand, I don't know if you can see, it's almost as though it's sort of coming down the card and almost sort of trying to touch the Emperor here. But he's too busy sort of with this big bishop chess piece in his hand, as though he's preoccupied with his own thoughts, his own sort of his own game of chess, in that although this Queen of Wands has perhaps been an influence in his life, that he's just distracted, and as though she sort of lost her spark. You know, it's like the little stars are coming down that she's creating, and he's just kind of lost interest in her. He's too in his own head about whatever this whatever he's I don't want to say whatever he's planning, his own self-importance. But he's holding the bishop as though has he got ideas above his station? I'm not too sure, but there's definitely, he's just almost given up on this Queen of Wands. I don't know whether you're the Emperor or whether you're the Queen of Wands. The next two cards we have are the Temperance card and the Queen of Swords. Temperance is about that give and take. It's about tempering your emotions. We have the dark moon here and we have the sun. This is beautiful because the dark moon, we are in the new moon, and that is the dark moon. That is when the sky has no moon in it. And this is, again, I think that this is based on the Emperor, whoever this is, this resonates with you. It doesn't have to be a male. I'm just talking about the cards. That I feel as though this person has been moving between light and shade, happiness and darkness. And again, we have this sort of like these little sparkles of stars, which I do feel as though they emanate from the Queen of Wands. That this sparkle from the Queen of Wands, for want of a better word, has given this person who has potentially been in more of the dark side of the moon than the sunshine, that they have, you know, again, I'll refer back to this spark and this fire that she has in her hand, that they have been lighting this person's life, and that there has been this sort of this fight, if you like, within this person, again, you know, with what is dark and what is light. Now, the Queen of Swords, I do feel as though the two queens are together here, and that because the Temperance is looking down at the Queen of Swords, and again, the Emperor is just sort of looking past her. The Queen of Swords is somebody who is very in touch with their emotions. They are sitting above the clouds. They're sitting above this sort of stormy, tempestuous sea. And they are very sure. They have been on a journey, and they have seen the truth in this situation, and they are, that, you know, that she's blatantly looking away from the Emperor here. She has her back to him, and she is saying, I'm sorry, I've seen you for what you are, and I do not want anything further to do with you. The next two cards are sevens. Sevens are kind of tricky situations. The Seven of Swords and the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Swords, sometimes people see this as a I want to say a tricksy card, Lord of the Rings. It can be a deception card, but I always read this as you or somebody needing to work cleverly. It's about you using your intellect or your intuition. And with this is the Seven of Cups. And this is about making wise choices. That sometimes under these cups, you can see that there's a snake that's under one of them. It's almost a bit of snakes and ladders, that I want to say what goes around comes around, because a lot of the time you might go up a ladder and the next thing you know, and you think that you're doing all right, and the next thing you know, you found a snake and you're back down to where you were. I do feel, Leo, that you have to be clever, and not in a cocky way. You have to see this situation for what it is. Perhaps you have to see this person for what they are and why they've turned their back on you. I think that there has been some good and bad, and I think that there have been some difficult situations where you have perhaps had to, rather than, I think perhaps maybe previously you would have run away and you would have just gone, oh, forget that, I'm off into the future. I'm turning my back on whatever these difficult situations have been in. And you have had difficult situations. You have had a good cup, and then sometimes you've had a bad cup in whatever this situation's been. The next two cards are the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is you putting in hard work, that you are clever and that you can bring about whatever you want. With the Ace of Pentacles, I do feel as though you have an opportunity to bring this Eight of Pentacles into the Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles is you getting everything that you want. Pentacles can be about wealth, physical wealth, emotional wealth. They can also be about health as well. Normally, I would say that this was an opportunity that something was going to come to you, which was going to help you emotionally or financially. But I do feel, because it's with the Eight of Pentacles, that this is a culmination of, if you can reassess what's happening here. I don't know whether this is savable. Only you will know that. But be assured that whatever happens, you will get to the point of the Nine of Pentacles. This might be what I was saying about the new moon, that stuff is happening beyond your control, and that there will be a silver lining. You will see that it has benefited you. Either it will make you think about the situation and try and do something about it, because we are going into retrograde season, and that might be that you see something for what it really is, as opposed to something that you thought it was, and now you're seeing it for the truth of the situation, and you still have time to do something about it. But the Nine of Pentacles with the Eight adding the One is about you getting into a position where life is good. Now, the next two cards, the Magician and the Four of Cups. The Magician backs this up, the Eight of Pentacles. You have the capacity to work your magic, whether it's on this situation and turn things around, I don't know. But it might be, because the Four of Cups may well link back to this Emperor. The Four of Cups is thinking that all is lost, or that you had just not seen the situation for what it really was. Perhaps you were clouded by things that had happened previously for you, and that it was, you sort of felt that this was history repeating itself. But you need to see that there is this fourth cup here, and that you perhaps have been doing this person or this situation an injustice. You can turn this around because you have the Magician here. But first of all, you have to realize that the hard work that you've put in, that it is worth it. My apologies, Leo. I was called away by somebody at my door, so I've had to continue. So the Four of Cups. This is that you have put lots of hard work in. The Seven of Pentacles has shown that you have been working at this situation, Leo, but you have lost sight of potentially the magic that was here. The thing that took you from the dark side to the light, if you want. And you can bring this back. The last card we have is the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is about taking the time to see what is important to you. There's a little heart here. This is saying you need to be nurturing the things that are important to you. It's the same as with the Seven of Pentacles. You need to decide what you want and what you don't want in your life. This is also linked to the new moon as well. Interestingly, the chap at the door, I was just explaining that it was a new moon, and I was explaining as to why there was no moon. And he says he's not going to sleep tonight because he's going to be up Googling how you see the light of the moon, and how it works and why there isn't any light tonight. Anyway, the Four of Swords is about trusting your intuition, but knowing what you want and taking some time to assess whether the work is worth it, whether you want to persevere, and whether what you had here was worth working for. I think that this also shows that this person is maybe also thinking that. But as the Magician, you have the power to sort this out. I am going to do, cards am I going to do? I'm going to do, as this is a new moon, I'm going to, thank you, I'm going to do some moon oracle cards. And what have we got? We've got 3. We've got Don't Let Your Past Hold You Back. Okay. Bring love into the situation, and your dreams need a practical plan. So, don't let your past hold you back. Are you, I think I did say at one point about this being you looking at something in the past, and perhaps it has clouded your vision or your judgment about this situation. Again, this is a new moon. You need to be getting rid of the things that don't serve you from your past. This is very much the end of the astrological new year as well. Sorry, the end of the astrological year. So do what you need to do to clear out the things that aren't serving you. Bring love into the situation. This is what the Four of Swords is asking you. This is about the Four of Cups as well. Sometimes you perhaps see things too rationally. You go with your head as opposed to your heart. This is not the time to be doing that. If you want to bring this situation back, you have to show that there is love here, and why. Remember why this Queen of Wands was somebody who was key in your life in the first place. The last card says your dreams need a practical plan. I don't know when the next full moon in Taurus is, but this might mean that this is something which plays out and comes to fruition. You know, this culmination, if this is to work out, perhaps it is when the full moon is in Taurus next. But if you want to sort this out, you have to make a plan. You can't just sit there and expect that a miracle is going to happen and this person is going to get back in touch with you. If you want to sort this out, you have to put a plan together as to how you are going to rectify this situation. And there is a bull here, and I know that that's a symbol for Taurus, but I do feel as though this has potentially been a bit of a bull in a china shop sort of situation. And again, because of the new moon, I think we're all feeling quite bullish as well, and that's not helped matters for you, Leo. I hope that's resonated. If it has, I would love it if you would leave me a comment and also subscribe to the channel. I'm so grateful that you've got to the end of the reading, if you have, and that you are supporting me by being here in the first place. So Leo, enjoy the new moon. Just try and chill out, take it steady. And yeah, check in again soon, because March is going to be quite exciting. Maybe not in a good way. See you soon, Leo. Thanks ever so much. Take care. Bye.